United, Give Back International Foundation, giving hope, changing lives, building a better future.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today we are privileged to host a very special guest, Miss Lucy Kinyanjui. We are going to know her more. Yeah, she is a visionary reader, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and the founder of Kinya International. She's also the founder of the newly launched United Give Back International Foundation, an organization committed to transforming lives and empowering communities. Welcome to the program, and we are going to welcome our guest. Hi, Lucy Kinyanjui.
Hi, Bwana Benson.
Yeah?
Prestige.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm so happy to see you looking really good.
Yeah. We were waiting for you.
Thank you.
Now, our viewers and listeners are there. You see that camera? That's your camera. So just give us a brief autobiography of yourself, then we will continue with our program today.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lucy Kinyanjui. I am the director or owner of Kinya International. Kinya International is a company, it's an export-import company, and I mainly dwell in bringing African foods and accessories and clothing wear from Kenya to the U.S., which I've been doing that for the last 8 years. And why did I even start the company? Because I saw there was a very huge gap. You know, we couldn't find our own food, our own clothing wear, and that is how I started doing that, and I'm still doing that. And I'm going to be actually bringing more and more products.
Okay, so you identified a gap.
Yes.
And you wanted to fill that gap, eh?
Yes.
So, what has been the organization's impact over the years?
Yeah, it was very, very, very challenging, as we all know, bringing any, especially food products from any country to the U.S., it's very, very difficult, and it's very, very strict. U.S. is very strict with their regulations, so I had to go through a lot to learn more about how to bring the product. And, you know, kind of, you know, go through the rules and regulations. And I burnt my fingers doing that. I burnt my fingers. I had some products destroyed a couple of times simply because they didn't meet the, you know, the requirement, packaging and labeling for the U.S. government.
So maybe that's one of the greatest lessons you have learned, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Because I also know you as a community leader and an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So, like destroying of those products, what are the greatest lessons you have learned as an entrepreneur and a community leader?
Yeah, as an entrepreneur, actually, there are challenges in life, and for you to be able to do business, you have to be somebody who is okay with taking risk, because actually business sometimes it's all about risk. So if you're not a risk taker, then it can be very stressful for you, because like when my things were destroyed, I would have given up. I lost a lot of money, but I was able to pick up my feet and move on. And you know, that's what I encourage people, you know, choose what you like to do. Some people go to business because somebody else is doing the business. Identify your niche such that even if you fall, you have the passion to wake up. And that has been my spirit.
How did the idea of United Give Back International Foundation came in?
Okay, on top of being an entrepreneurship or a business person, most people don't know I am a social worker by profession. Actually, I was the first medical social worker in Kenya for the hospice. Hospice is an organization that takes care of terminally ill people. So before I came here, I was a medical social worker. So I know the needs of the community. I know the needs of people. So that is how I actually started the United Give Back Foundation. And I think I even launched it like maybe 5, 6 years ago, but I didn't take it over with it. So what I've been doing, I have been collecting diapers, wheelchairs, all, warm clothes, and then I send them, individually to Kenya to help the needy in Kenya. I have several places that I help. There's a home in Juja for disabled children. There's a home in Kibera for a Catholic home for the disabled, and then there are individual people that have been helping with that. So now I have decided, to actually involve the community as a whole, because when you join hands, you can do great things than when you're doing it alone. And I think most people in diaspora, they can help and they are capable of doing that, but they probably don't know the technique on how to do it. And that's why I want to launch the foundation on the 8th of August with the whole community involved, so they can be able to know how to give and how to support the needy in Kenya.
Yeah, later on we'll come to how diaspora people can, the engagement of diaspora people. But you have mentioned now community, diaspora people. What are the values that will guide the foundation? What are the values that will guide this vision and mission?
The values is that this is a purely non-profit organization, and it has, objectives. The main objective is actually to help the needy, the disabled, and the elderly in Kenya, because that's a huge problem right now we have in Kenya. People keep calling me, do you have diapers? Do you have wheelchairs? So that's why the principles of this organization is actually purely non-profit, and then joining the community to be able to also give back.
Okay. Was there a specific life experience that ignited you to your charitable calling?
Yeah, actually, I might say that charitable calling is in my brand. I remember since I was 19 years old, my mother had two elderly neighbors their husband had died. Their husbands had died many years ago, and they didn't have anybody to even give, support them. So every time I did shopping for my mom, I would shop for them. And that I started this at 19 years old. So this has always been in me. And also, being a medical social worker in Kenya, we would do home care. So we'd go to people's homes to visit them. And it was very devastating. Like one time, there was a Somali young guy who had cancer, and we were taking morphine to him, but he didn't even have a stove to eat. You cannot take morphine without food in your stomach. I remember going to the store, buying him a stove and buying him some food to come and be able to cook something. So it has always been in me. It's not something that new. Since I was young, 19 years old, I've been doing charitable work.
You have mentioned non-profit. What motivates you to continue serving people despite the challenges you get through non-profit organization?
I think this, again, it's in me, and it is in the joy of giving. Because me personally, I feel, even when I don't have, sometimes I go out of my way to give. In fact, there's a time my family thought I was crazy because I don't have money, but I'm still giving to the needy. So I'm always so motivated to do that, because I feel like when you touch somebody's life, it is great. It is great joy, and it's great blessing. And I'll also be educating people on how to give unconditional. Don't give expecting something That's why it's called a non-profit. You're not giving to expect something. You are giving because you need to touch somebody's life.
Okay, what impact do you hope to leave, uh, to live through your humanitarian work? Do you have a specific impact? Would you like to leave?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think I don't want to ever be remembered as the first, as an entrepreneur or the director of Kenya International, but I want to be remembered by the impact that I have done in changing people's life in Kenya, because I see the need, I see the problem, and I don't think sometimes we can wait for the government to solve such problems. We are lucky we are here in diaspora. $10 is not anything. $50 is not anything to us. But that even $5 can actually change somebody's life in Kenya. You can be able to put food on the table for someone. Like now, I'll just give you a short story of somebody that I have changed his life. There's this guy who had been shot and paralyzed. So a friend of mine, because he knew that I do charitable, introduced me to that man. By the time I went to his room, it was a small room, smelling. He had woods. He opened woods. It was terrible. All what he needed were diapers. So I started supplying him with diapers. I could make sure he has diapers all the time. Do you know all those wounds healed? When I went back to his house, there was no smell. And even on top of that, can you imagine, he married? Right now, if you see him, you cannot even know it's the same man. So that is how I want to be remembered, by changing people's lives.
Okay, what are the key programs and initiatives that United Give Back International Foundation plans to implement?
Yeah, what we want to implement mainly, it is educating diaspora on how to give back or to support their needy in Kenya. And we'll be doing that by, we'll be collecting, medical equipment, medical supplies, warm clothes or warm blankets. And then we will actually be, wanting volunteers to actually pick them up, pack them ready to be shipped to Kenya. And then in Kenya, we will have partnership with another organization that, will make sure that those supplies go to the right people. This is, again, non-profit. So we make sure that we are teaming up with also people who have the same calling like me, to be able to supply the products in Kenya.
Okay, which group of people will be the primary beneficiaries of the foundation's work?
Mainly, actually, they are the disabled people, because they are the ones who need those incontinence. And let me tell you, those incontinent supplies in Kenya, a small box goes for 2,800. And you all know that, disability or, complex diseases actually go mainly to the poor. So is that person going to go and buy that diaper for 2,800 or put some ugali and sukuma on the table? And that is where United Give Back Foundation comes in to improve their lives, their dignity. They don't have to smell, they don't have to have those foods, because they have those supplies that they can use. They are readily available for them.
I'm sure you have short-term and long-term goals for the foundation. Where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years?
In 5 years, I would want here in the diaspora to have a big warehouse, with volunteers who, and then I'll be soliciting for donations from all over. Right now, I'll mention something. There's another non-profit organization that actually has donated to me 40 food container, 40 food, full of all medical supplies and equipment, wheelchairs, walkers, diapers, and all that, to go to Kenya. So in future, I would want the non-profit to actually be like that non-profit, such that we are able to solicit it for those things, have the financial capability, because like when he donates, he expects the community to actually meet the cost. So I want the non-profit that can be able to solicit it for the items, and then fundraise to be able to make those things, get to Kenya.
Okay, how will you measure the success or the impact you make to the communities you serve?
What you'll be doing, even in sorry, yeah, I was also going to be in Kenya, what my vision is. My vision is, and I have already right now decided on a short plan. My mother, when she died, because she died after her mother, she gave us all, piece of place or that. So I have decided to dedicate one of the houses that she gave to us as family, where she was living, to be able to be the first, place where we put those as the headquarter of the non-profit, to be able to keep the equipment and how people come and pick them when they need them or they're taken to them. But even in Kenya, I hope to have, that non-profit with premises where we have, good warehouse where people can, come and pick, or we can transport those products, because it's not just for the Nairobi area, it's for the whole country. So that is my goal, to be able to have that in place.
Okay, many people from diaspora have a desire to give back to their community. How are you planning to involve them through this foundation?
Actually, you are 100% right, because as we speak, even the surprise that I was sending to Kenya, I've been sending to Kenya for the last 4 years, they actually come from the diaspora community. Here, especially in Washington State, they all call me. We know you send products to help the kids. Do you need diapers? Do you need wheelchair? Yes. So the community here is already actually supporting me. So, but now we are going to go to a wider age, where not just those people who call me, but we want everybody to be part of it, because we can be able to actually work together as a whole community and make a great difference in the lives of our people in Kenya.
Why is it that diaspora people are so important, will be so important in the success of this foundation?
It will be, yeah, because of course we'll be needing things from here to be able to send to Kenya. So the diaspora community will be a big stake on this, because they are the ones who will also be learning and, and also donating the item. They have clothes that they don't use. People need them in Kenya. So they're also going to be so involved. And also, I would also encourage them to support the foundation momentarily, because we'll be needing money to ship the products in Kenya. We need some people, some staff in Kenya also to be able to supply those products to the needy. So that is where diaspora also community comes in. And this is a very transparency, again I repeat, non-profit organization that will have a running team that will make sure that, the systems are running all in good place.
Yeah, apart from resources and finances, we have diaspora people who have expertise, experts in other areas, and have other skills. Will this foundation provide some opportunities for them to participate with their expertise, resources, skills?
Actually, 100%. And those are who we call, expertise or skills sponsors, or volunteers who will actually volunteer their time to be able to, even like when they travel to Kenya on their own vacation, we'll encourage them to actually visit some of the people that will be, or the programs that will be supporting, so they can see and also inform them, because even there's a great need for training And that is where they can come in also, because we can be doing virtual training. Because some of those caregivers who are taking care of those disabled or the sick or the elderly, they don't even have the skills. They don't even know how to do it. They don't even know how to. So, and also they have a lot of burnout. So people who are professionals here, we can team up to actually do some educational, support and training to those caregivers in Kenya.
So you're inviting people living in diaspora to be partners, mentors,
Yes.
ambassadors
Yes.
of this foundation.
Yes.
Okay, what message would you like to share with Kenyans and Africans living abroad regarding this initiative?
Thank you so much, Mr. Kerry. Actually, this is not just for the Kenyans in Washington State. This is for the diaspora. And when I mean diaspora, it's not just even in US. It is in UK. It is in all Arabian countries, all the other countries. That is why we are going to involve all the diaspora, because we have been blessed. Let us tell God thank you by actually sacrificing our time, our small resources to actually support the needy in Kenya.
Okay, are you seeking collaboration with the church, the government, other business people, and also other non-profit organizations? Are you seeking for that collaboration?
Yeah, actually, that is my goal. Okay, I'm actually right now we are collaborating with churches, and I'll be going around before the launch in most of the churches. In fact, we are collaborating with the chairman of all the pastors to be able to actually inform the churches about this foundation and the launching, because we want to involve all the churches, because that is where the community is. So we are going to involve them. I'm also going to involve like I've told you, there's already a non-profit that has donated 40 food containers to send to Kenya. So I'll be looking for more non-profits. And then I'll also be talking to like the guy who just donated the 40 food container to also learn from him. Where do you get donations, and how do you get support, and who other people? We are also going to be, approaching the corporate, because even corporate here, you see, almost every big company like Macy's, like Nordstrom's, they have a community giving program. So you can also approach them, like when you need fundraising, to send the container to Kenya. We can approach, Macy's, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This is what we are doing as diaspora people, and we need support to be able to make sure that those things get to Africa. So I'll be doing a lot of that.
Maybe somebody is listening to us, or maybe somebody have heard about this organization and would like to give his or her support, but she or he doesn't know where to start. What word would you say to that kind of a person?
Actually, excuse me. Actually, I'll just touch on that on an example. This last Saturday, somebody was calling me on my phone. I didn't know who it was, so I didn't pick my phone because I was busy running around to actually cater for one of our own who needed those things right here. So later on, that's when I picked the phone, and she told me, Lucy, my name is so and so, and I went to visit my friends, and I found they had a whole U-Haul of wheelchairs, diapers, going to dump them in the dump. So she was like, I told them, no, 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 no. I know Lucy. She corrects those things to send to Kenya. So can you please not dump her? Let me get hold of her, and then we can. So they told me, oh yes, we are going to wait until when you're ready. They came and brought a full U-Haul. They just a phone call with all the wheelchairs and the diapers. So anybody who wants to actually donate items, they just need to call me. My number is 206-293-2841. Then we can organize whether you need...
Say the number slowly, and maybe you can also give them any other platform or or how they can connect with you. Yeah, before I ask you the last question.
Yes, actually they can connect me. We are already actually, I think it's already running the website.
Okay, you'll give it me later. We'll post it here
Yeah.
on the link. What's the number? Slowly.
Yeah, they can contact me on 206-293-2841.
Okay, and you'll give me even the email
Yeah,
address.
I'll give you the email
website
address
name.
and the website where they can go and see, what a United Give Back Foundation is doing.
Okay, what legacy would you like United Give Back Foundation leave to the future generations?
I think I would like the legacy of actually changing people's lives. Let us not be selfish. Let us actually give to the ones who are needy, those ones who they have no one to turn to. And I'm sure we are capable of doing that. And you don't really have to be rich or give or have to be able to support. You can support with your resources, with your time, with your, professional expertise. That is actually what the legacy that I want to grow, that we actually touched people's life in Kenya while we were in America.
Okay, your parting shot, your parting words, parting shot.
My parting words are, I will tell people that when you give unconditional, let me tell you, your life changes. You live longer, you are happy when you give. And when you give, you are actually doing a service to God. When when you give that thing to help somebody needy, you are giving God, and you are giving a service to God. So I want everybody to actually remember that when you give, you are actually giving to God and you're supporting God's work. So I would encourage people to join hands. Let us join hands. Let us be remembered as diaspora people who change people's life in Kenya. So that is my conclusion, that I would encourage people to join hands together so we can continue doing this.
Thank you, Rusi Kinyanjui, for sharing your insights, your inspiring journey, and your vision with us. We wish you success as you read United. I want to mention that word correctly. United Give Back International Foundation in transforming lives and creating lasting impact across communities. Thank you for joining Pacific Waves TV USA, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Kerry Prestige, and God bless you too.
Thank you.
And you are doing great work also to the community.
Thank you. Yeah, this was Kerry Prestige. I was your host, hosting Rusi Kinyanjui. And until next time, if need be, we'll call Rusi again in this platform. God bless you. God bless you.
United Give Back International Foundation, giving hope, changing lives, building a